In this lesson, we're looking at the History panel. Look in the Window menu, and you'll see this one hidden under the Other Panels entry. The keyboard shortcut for the History panel is Control F10, and on a Mac, of course, it's Command F10. The History panel remembers all the things you've done to a Flash document, up to the maximum number you set in the Flash preferences. This number, by default, is 100, and you might remember it's located under Edit and Preferences. Here it is here, 100 levels. The History panel can be very useful when you want to go back in time to an earlier step, but you can't remember exactly what you've done or which step you want to go back to. Instead of just hitting undo and hoping you find it, you can see a graphical representation of the steps. At the left is a slider bar, and this is what you use to move back and forward through the steps. Don't just click on a step, because this simply selects that step. We'll see why a little later on in this lesson. Okay, at this stage, as soon as you perform another operation in your document, you'll see that all the steps you previously did after the selected point, which is here, are deleted. So let's move this object here. You can see that all the steps are deleted. They're gone now, and you can't get them back. There's one thing to remember here, though. If you did anything like import large video files during the deleted steps, even though these files appear to be gone from the document, your file size will not change. They're not completely permanently deleted. To get rid of them and bring your file size back down, you have to use the File, Save, and Compact command. This purges everything. To clear the entire history, look in the panel options and select Clear History, or simply close the document. This clears the history as well. To clear one or more specific steps, just highlight them and hit the Delete key. If you want to select multiple steps, simply drag across the steps, or hold down the Shift key while you click. Or the Control key on a PC, Command on a Mac, can be used to select and deselect individual steps. If you want to keep one or more steps for later use, you can just select the steps and either hit the Copy button here or the Save as Command button here. You can also do this from the Options menu. Copy steps and Save as Command. You can now either paste the steps directly into an object in another document if you've copied them, which is useful, or once you've saved as a command, you can use the Commands menu to apply and manage your saved commands. I'm sure you can see that this can be very useful. Now, commands are saved as JavaScript. And this brings us to the last topic of this lesson. We have a few view options up here. We can view our steps using default mode, which is easiest, or we can see arguments in the panel or JavaScript in the panel. Select this, and now you can see what's actually happening in these steps. Finally, if you don't want to see them in the panel itself, you can make them display as tooltips that pop up when you hover over a step. And that's it for the History panel.